awesome, man. I love that. So I appreciate you guys very much for jumping on tonight's stream. It's Friday night. I'm coming to you from my house, as I always do, the entire night, the entire month of January, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. For those of you who may just jumped on the stream and don't know who I am, my name is Matt Manero. I'm the author of this book called You Need More Money. You should get your hands on this bad boy. I'm also the author of this book, The Grit. Both are available on Amazon. This You Need More Money book has, I think it's close to 230 five-star reviews on Audible, 100 and something five-star reviews on Amazon. I also have a podcast called You Need More Money. You guys can follow me there and listen to the podcast. I think we have 168 episodes up. And then, of course, I run my equipment finance company for the last 23 years. I started that company from zero. I started the company from zero. I literally started it in a one-bedroom apartment with a phone and a folding table and a Yellow Pages. And I cold called out of it until I found a customer base. That customer base is now well over 10,000. We've done well over $1 billion in financing, and last year we did 158 million bucks. So we know what the heck we're doing, and in all frankness, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to business, and I like to help you get your business right. So I appreciate everybody waving and being part of it. If you'll do me a favor, share the stream. If you guys help me as a favor to me, help me grow my audience, help us both help more people. That's what it's all about. I think I can teach you anything there is to know about business, whether you're starting from the bottom and trying to build something, or you're in the middle and you're trying to get big, or like most small businesses, you're somewhere between the bottom and the small, and you're starting to ask yourself the question of, is this really worth it? Like, I had the pain, now where's the gain? That's what you're starting to say to yourself. And I know the feeling. I want to help you break through that and get to that next level. I can help you with that. But if you'll do the likes, if you'll do the shares, if you'll follow me on YouTube, Matt Manero on YouTube, Matt Manero on all social media channels, it would be greatly appreciated. So tonight I want to talk about something, and I'm going to put a link at the end of the stream. I will put a link of where you can get this document. It's called The Triangle of Trouble and the Triangle of Success. It's something that I came up with. It's funny, that TV show that's on behind me is Gold Rush. I like that TV show because it's pretty amazing to me how hard those guys have to work to get like this much gold. You know what I mean? Like every week they get like this much gold, and whatever, gold's 1,200 bucks an ounce. They get 100, 200 ounces. It seems like a hell of a lot of work to me. You know, to get 100 ounces of gold worth whatever that is, $120,000. It seems like a real ass whooping to make that kind of money. And I know if I was ever on Gold Rush, I'd tell those guys there's a hell of a lot easier way to do it, fellas. You just got to figure it out. You got to follow a roadmap, and you don't got to be in Alaska, you know, working your ass off like that. But whatever, I guess they love it. So good for them. The point of tonight is I want to talk to you about this concept called Triangle of Trouble, Triangle of Success. I've talked about it not too long ago on my podcast, and it's vital. It's vital. How do you know that the people around you are happy or they're not happy? Let's talk about specifically like your employees. How do you know if your employees like working for you, right? Well, you got to give them the Triangle of Trouble or the Triangle of Success sheet. And it's so simple. And I created it a while back, and I just use it all the time in everything. I even use it with my kids. I hope my employees take it and use it with their kids. But here's how it is. It's so simple. It's literally a triangle. So I want you to visualize a triangle. And at the top, I want you to put the word non-accountable. And over on the other peak of the triangle, the point of the triangle, I want you to put non-contributing. And then on the other point, I want you to put non-appreciated. So you have non-accountable, non-attributing, and non-appreciated. And if you were to print this, and I'll give you the link at the end of the stream, if you were to print that and give it to your team, how would they say they feel? Do they feel not accountable and not appreciated and non-contributing? Because if they do, that's your job as the leader to get in there and try and fix that. So let's just say somebody feels non-appreciated. Might be a common feeling amongst employees. Well, a manager can get in there, an owner can get in there, a leader can get in there and begin to fix that feeling of non-appreciated. You can simply say you're grateful. You can show them reasons why you're happy and that you do appreciate them. But what happens if someone, if you gave them that sheet and said, how do you feel about this? And they circled all three, dude, it's over. No matter how you manage them, no matter how you lead them, you will never bring them back into the fold. It's totally 100% impossible. And so you're going to have to part ways. The damage is too great. Now, let's look at the other side of it, right? I told you there's the triangle of trouble. And now I'm telling you there's a triangle of success. And the triangle of success is so simple. All you have to do is just remove the word non. And what would happen if your team felt appreciated and contributing and accountable, right? Do you think you'd have a better business? Of course you'd have a better business. Do you think you'd have a happier workforce? Do you think the business would be more successful? And so the purpose of the triangle of trouble and triangle of success is to figure out, how do your people feel about their job? Because, you know, my partner in business finishing school, Rick Sapio, always cites this Gallup poll that was done a few years back, in which 72% of employees say they're unhappy or even sabotaging the business. Think about that. 72, 7 out of every 10 employees are either unhappy with where they work or they're actually sabotaging the business. That might be happening in your business. Could you imagine that right now? If your people feel non-accountable and non-appreciated and non-contributing, that might be happening in your office right now. And so you get the opportunity to do the triangle of trouble and the triangle of success exercise with your team and begin to gauge where they are. Remember, if they feel one of those points, right, you have a chance to fix it. But if your people were to circle all three, it's over. No manager, nobody's going to fix that dealio. So at the end of the stream, I will put the link to it. I wish I could do it easier for you, but our team did not get it set up. I was going to do mattmonero.com, say / triangle of trouble or something, but we ended up putting it in as a bit.ly so we can use this on social. But I will put the link in the comments section for everybody of where they can get the free download of the triangle of trouble and the triangle of success. Let's move to some questions here, and I want to start welcoming some people. I started talking. For that, I apologize. But Jimmy, welcome. Clear Task Solutions, welcome. My man Freddie, thank you for the share. I appreciate you. Corey Miller, good to see you. Justin Rathburn, hello to you. My buddy Justin Myers, nice to see you. My buddy Jeremy Clay jumped on. Awesome. Mike, good to see you too, buddy. It's great to see you guys on the stream, and I thank you for spending a little bit of time. I thank you for the likes and the shares. Let's move to some questions if anybody's got some questions, and then I'm going to work with you on how you can actually make people feel accountable and contributing and appreciated. The first thing that you can do to make people feel accountable is set the expectations. I promise you, most people in your organization do not know what you expect of them. They really don't know what their daily, weekly, monthly goals are. What do you want them to achieve? You probably have not done enough work in providing total clarity to them in that capacity of an expectation, and therefore they feel non-accountable. They just aren't exactly sure, what am I supposed to do to make this lunatic called my boss happy? And that's your job, to try to get in there and figure that out. The second component of it, once you get past the accountability piece through delivering expectations to your team, is how do you make people feel accountable? Here comes my Johnny boy. He's pulling up to the house, tooting his horn. How do you, there's the ring that just went off. I love it. We love when my Johnny boy comes home, man. Our whole house lights up when Johnny boy pulls up. So then we move from accountable to contributing. How do you make someone feel as though their actions, their efforts actually move the needle of the organization? Well, you've got to share their results. And if you don't want to share it with the team, with the company, which I would suggest you do, you absolutely have to share it with the individual. So once they're accountable, they're meeting expectations, you've got to remind them of the results that the accountability is producing and the contribution makes to the organization. Take somebody aside and say, dude, you did a killer job, man. You got this shipment off the warehouse dock onto the truck being shipped out to the customer, and I needed you to do that. That was the expectation. You met the expectation, and now the wheel of success can continue to move. And then that moves to the appreciation piece, where through the share, the reminder of their contribution, they begin to feel appreciated. I actually did something. I was accountable, I contributed, and the company actually rewarded me for it. And yes, it could just be a thumbs up, great job. Maybe you could go get some medals. We give little celebration medals in my office all the time. If you were to come to my office in Dallas, you would see it all over our workstations. People may have 50 of these first place, second place, winners, you're awesome, these little medals hanging out. It's because they feel appreciated. And that is, my friends, the triangle of success and the triangle of trouble for tonight. So I'm going to drop this in the comments section when the stream is done, so you guys can get your hands on the download if you want. Any questions you guys can fire up right now. I went pretty quick on tonight's teaching moment of what it is to go from having an employee base that is feeling non-accountable, non-contributing, and non-appreciated, to the absolute magic of the other side, which is when people feel accountable, contributing, and appreciated. That is the difference. So if you guys got any questions, you can fire them up. I appreciate Freddie for saying this great insight. John Bowman says your people make or break you. It is true. You must have a team of people to scale your business and make more money. It is the way it is. You have to share the wealth. You have to give back to the organization. You cannot steal your profits. You got to put money back into the organization and into your people. But again, guys, you see I got a house load of kids right here, but I always make the commitment for the 30 days of January to be with you at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. I will be here tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's going to be Cigar Saturday because I don't have a 6 a.m. workout tomorrow. I work out 6 days a week right now on my 50 pounds by my 50th birthday weight loss deal. I'll be 50 on February 28th, and my goal on October 22nd was to lose 50 pounds by then, and I'm down 35 pounds, and I have 15 pounds to go in whatever that is. What is that? 6 weeks. So 2 pounds a week. I'll hit it. We'll be in good shape. All will be fine. If I don't, it won't be good. But my point is, I'll burn a stogie tomorrow night. If you guys want to join me with a stogie, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll have one together because I don't got to get up at 6 in the morning on Sunday morning. But every other day of the week, I got to get up at 6 a.m. So listen, guys, if you don't have any questions, I don't have anything else to help you. So I hope it was beneficial. We got one here from Fred. My friend Fred says, how do you deal with someone who's negative cancer in your organization? Dude, you got to help them find their why. You got to help them find their why. Why are they there, man? What do they exist for? What is their purpose in life? I have someone in my office who has shared a little bit of that negativity throughout the office, and I just took him aside and said, dude, what are you doing that for, man? Like, what's your purpose of not being supportive? What is it? And he's like, I don't really know. I just think maybe that you say you're going to do some stuff and it doesn't get done. I'm like, well, has that hurt you? No. Has it hurt anybody else? No. Who's it hurt? He's like, I don't know. I go, it hurts me, dude. It hurts me that you feel that way. And I said, man, don't you like to travel? He's like, dude, we'd love to travel. I'm like, well, dude, what are you focusing on what I'm not doing for? Why don't you focus on what your next trip is going to be? And he's like, all right. I said, let me help you with it. Where do you want to go? He's like, we want to go to Spain. I'm like, let's rock and roll, man. Let's go to Google right now. DFW to Barcelona. Boom, $800 per ticket, dude. You and your wife, that's 1,600 bills. Let's make that happen. And now everything we do talk about is, where are you going on your next trip, man? Oh, dude, I'm going to Scotland. I'm going to Ireland. I'm going to Barbados. Killer. It's rock and roll. Guess what? Cancer gone. Because I cared about the guy. I showed some interest in that person's why. That's usually why the cancer exists, because nobody's paying that person attention. Okay? Hey, Mike Vaccaro said, we should do cigar night at BFS. Dude, I love that idea. In fact, I do think we should do that idea, probably on that Saturday night, maybe that Friday night. I like where you're going there, Mike. What Mike is talking about is Business Finishing School. It's one of the businesses that I'm involved in. We're called Business Finishing School. It's an online business fundamental training program, teaching program, and you can learn more about our upcoming event at BFS Summit, bfssummit.com. And if you want, you can use my discount code. And tonight I'll give you the deep one. Go Matt, M-A-T-T, all caps, 400. BFS Summit, Matt 400, and get a massive discount on your ticket. It's February 22, 23, and 24 in Dallas, Texas. BFSsummit.com. If you're in business, you need Business Finishing School. So Robert Stern, welcome aboard. Hey, nice to see you too. For those of us on Instagram, great to see you guys. Freddie wants to know, how do you deal with slackers? Dude, you fix slackers through expectations and that purpose of the triangle of trouble I was talking about, of accountability, man. The reason somebody's slacking is because they don't know what they're supposed to do, and that's not their job. That's your job. Your job is to deliver the expectations and the accountability piece. They need to know how many calls they have to make, how many shipments they have to do, how much coding they have to do, how many websites have to be built, how many outside sales calls they have to go on. That's your job, to make them accountable for that stuff. The reason someone slacks is because they are unclear on the expectations. Once you get clear on the expectations, you're just managing to the expectations, not to the slack. It makes the slacker go away. You either end up coaching them up or you coach them out. But most people are unclear on their expectations. That's why they slack. So guys, I appreciate everybody tonight. If that's all we got for questions, I'm going back inside to hang out with my boys, but I will be with you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I hope tonight was beneficial. I will be putting in the link to tonight's download, Triangle of Trouble, Triangle of Success. I will be putting it in the stream. In fact, what I'll do is I'll snap it and I will post it on my story on Instagram, and on Facebook, I'll post it in the comment section, okay? Take care, guys. Always love being with you guys. I appreciate it. If you got questions, you need to fire them up. Be ready for these calls. Be ready for these live streams. But otherwise, if you don't have anything, I'm going to do my number one core value, which is to be a better father to my three boys than my father was to me. Take care of yourselves, guys. Bye.